Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here. Pull this over a little bit. I would love it if you would click share. I shared to my VIP group and then the my team page as well as my timeline. So if you could share, that would be awesome. I did place a note here today that I am officially changing a couple of my Facebook Live times. On Sundays, I'll be here at 4 p.m. I'll also be on my business page Tuesdays at 7, and then I will be on my VIP group at 2 p.m. on Thursdays. A couple of things. If you enjoy coming to these Facebook Lives, if you would click like, L-I-K-E, on Stampin' Scrap with Mary Knabe, you will get notified when I go live. You can just click that to make that happen. And then you'll also see all of my posts to this page. And if you're interested in some creative challenges and some places to share more of your work, I hope you will join Stampin' Peace VIP group. I will be posting a new challenge there tomorrow. You'll have 2 weeks to complete the challenge, and then I will choose a random winner for a very cool prize. The last person won a little ladybug stamp set. I've given away a punch, lots of different things. So the challenge and the prize will be posted on Stampin' Peace VIP group tomorrow. And you do need to request to join, and I just approve you, make sure we don't have any spam coming that way. And then you can participate with us. So thank you all for being here. If you would share where you're from, I would love to know that. Please feel free to comment and ask questions throughout the live by commenting. I also like to see thumbs up and hearts when you like something. Today's project is a fun fold card, and I'm featuring the beautiful Parisian Blossoms Specialty Designer Series paper. And it's specialty because it has this beautiful metallic in some of the prints, okay? And this is one of those super sweets, I like to call it, because it contains 2 bundles, 2 stamp sets and coordinating dies. The first one is Forever Blossoms, and I'll be using this today. And then I'll also show you a card where I used the Parisian dies from the other bundle. But both of them are really, really lovely pieces to this Parisian Blossom Suite. So first I'm going to show you the card. Oh, and I have, I also have an incentive, an ordering incentive, like giveaway that I want to share. I ordered the wrong packs of DSP, and instead of sending them back, I'm going to be giving them away to people who place orders. So hang on, I'll show you that at the end. Here is the card we're going to make. It's called Double Dutch Doors Fun Fold Card. When it's finished and closed, it is standard size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it fits nicely in our envelopes. So let me show you how to make this. You're going to start with a piece of cardstock that measures 8 3/4 by 4 3/16. And normally for a card base, it would be 4 1/4 inches wide. And there's a very good reason why it is 4 3/16. And what I want to show you is, here's the 4. Let me use this. This might work better. Here's our 4-inch line. One little notch over, one little line over is a 1/16. Okay, so here's 4 1/4, and one notch over would be 4 3/16. So 4 1/4 just minus 1 notch, okay? So it sounds worse than it is. I've already cut this to size 4 3/16 by 8 3/4. I'm going to, whoops, that's another project. I'm going to score this at 5 1/2, so that'll give me a standard size card. Then I also have a piece of the same color cardstock, and this one measures 2 1/4 inches by 8 1/2. And I'm going to score at 2 1/8. So that's 2 little notches, 1/16 and a 1/16 is an 1/8. 2 1/8 inches on each end. Okay. You'll want to be sure to use your bone folder, of course. This is always very helpful on cards, but especially on fun fold cards so that things lay flat and nice. Okay, and this was our 2 1/4 by 8 1/2 inch strip. We scored at 2 1/8 inches on both ends. And this is going to be attached to the card like this. This is what becomes our card base, okay? And this is why it's so important to cut off that 1/16 of an inch. Keep grabbing the bone folder, yep. Okay, that's why this is so important to, grabbing the blade, the cutting blade instead of the scoring. I probably do that because I cut a lot more than I score. So this is how it's going together. I prefer though to put these two pieces together separately. I'm going to start with this piece here. And again, because I cut off a 1/16 of an inch on my card base, I did the same thing on this. So this piece measures 5 1/4 by 4 1/8, or 2/16. So that's my inside. For the outside, I'm using a layer of champagne foil, and then I've cut a piece of cardstock. My champagne foil, and I will have all these dimensions when I post this video to my blog later this week, okay? So the dimension for the champagne foil is 4 1/16 wide, so 1 notch past 4 inches, and 3 1/8 inch high. And then I wanted this to have a small border all the way around, so it measures 3 15/16 by 3 inches high. I know it's weird to be working with those 16ths. Rarely do I do that. But on this card, it's really important because you want everything to fold flat. Okay. Oh, whoops. I'll go ahead and add this to that front flap. That's what I have there so far. Now I'm going to go to work on the double doors. I cut these pieces of, and you need two because we're going to decorate both doors. These pieces measure 2 inches wide by 2 1/8 high. 2 inches wide by 2 1/8 high. Snail doesn't always work the best on the back of the foil paper, so you want to go a little slow, or you could also use multi-purpose glue instead. Okay, and then my DSP layers measure 1 7/8 wide by 2 inches high. Who has this designer series paper? Isn't it gorgeous? I just love it. It's just pretty and elegant. It also has lots of patterns with the pool party color as well. So petal pink pool party, even cherry cobbler, which I'm going to show you another card I made like this with the cherry cobbler. So now I want to put these two pieces together to make my completed card base. So I'm going to go all the way around, but staying well within the top and bottom edges and between the folds. Now what I'm going to do is put these together. This piece will go on the back and close on the front. So I'm going to put my fingers here at the bottom edge, and I'm going to simply place the bottom edge of that vertical card base up against the bottom edge of that strip and lay it down, making sure I'm between the two fold lines or score lines that I made for those folds. Okay, so can you see that? And this is what it looks like from the back. And this is why you really want the two pieces to be the same color cardstock, so it's not so crazy and busy back here. It just looks more more finished, more polished. Okay, this is what we have so far. Now I have cut out a large stitched oval. This is from the Stitch Shapes dies. It's the largest oval, and I want to adhere it to this top panel. So you want to be sure that all your adhesive is at top and nothing on the bottom. What I like to do is put a couple strips across this oval. Notice I didn't even go halfway. It's probably going to go further, but instead of putting another one there, I just put another piece of adhesive, another little strip of adhesive at the bottom center here of that panel. That way I'm sure not to go past that panel with my adhesive. And I'm just going to center it. And you can certainly use any kind of shape here, whether it be a layered rectangles, the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Oh, we just have gobs of them. The rectangle, Stitch rectangle dies, all kinds of things. Now I need to finish off my centerpiece here, and I've previously stamped this with gray granite. And I like gray granite because it goes nicely with the metallics in the prints as well as that champagne foil. Okay, it's just a nice blend of colors. I'm going to use Petal Pink and Pear Pizzazz with sponge daubers to color the flowers and leaves. Start light and then you can add more color as you like. You don't have to worry about staying in the lines. It's just fun and artistic looking. Doesn't matter if your ink goes outside the lines. Dab in the center if you want the centers darker on those blossoms. Okay, I think that looks pretty good to me. Now I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz ink pad and another sponge dauber to do the leaves. Now on this, they're kind of narrow, so you might just want to tilt your sponge dauber a little bit. Again, it doesn't matter if you're going outside of the lines. but because it has that leaf shape is narrow, it just makes it a little bit easier to tilt your sponge dauber at an angle. Alrighty, I think that looks good to me. And now I'll go ahead and cut it out with my Big Shot. Remember, if you prefer, you can hold that die in place with a piece of washi tape. Thanks everybody for joining today. I'm so happy you're here. I'm looking forward to all the time I spend in my craft room. Lately, it seems like that's all I do if I'm home, unless my girls are here and I'm spending time with them, watching a movie or playing a game or doing puzzles or something. But otherwise, it's work, work, work. I don't have any place to go. So, and when you have a job like being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, it hardly feels like work most of the time because I just enjoy it so much. Okay, I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. Use some large ones. You just need a couple. And remember, think about where you're placing your dimensionals because you want them to land on the oval. Okay, I have a couple of embellishments. What happened to them? Okay, here's the ribbon. And here are some rhinestones. I'm just going to tie a simple bow. Does anybody have trees blossoming in their yard? I live in a new neighborhood, so we don't have very many trees, and I have not planted any in my yard yet. So I have to say I do miss that. Our family home in Mason, Ohio, we had loads of trees. It was like a park on our acreage, and I have to say I really miss those trees. But in time, I did take a little drive the other day. Ohio, if you're in Ohio, you know that we're in that stay-at-home order for another month. But I did take a drive this weekend. It was so pretty. And I just needed to get out, and it was just so nice seeing the trees, the leaves popping out, and the flowers, the blooms blossoming on the trees. Okay, I'm going to use glue dots, my favorite thing for adhering bows. You can just stick a glue dot behind the knot of the bow. I'll stick that on there just like that. I think we need a little bit of bling, don't you? So I'm going to use my take your pick tool, the putty end. And I'm just going to do about 3 of them, just kind of randomly spaced. Okay, such a pretty color, that rose gold. Okay, so there's the finished card. Yes, Karen, I totally agree. Mike DeWine is ahead of the game. He's been awesome for the state of Ohio. He really has been. Leah, I'm looking at questions. By the way, if you comment, for every comment that you make on this live, your name will be entered into a drawing, and I'm going to give this card away that we made together. Leah wants to know how I made my card. So basically what I do is I hold the tail end. I make the tail about the length of my fingers there, and I make a loop holding it between my thumb and forefinger. I go behind and I wrap the ribbon around that, and then I grab that piece with my thumb and forefinger, and then I push with my thumb, I push this loop, push the ribbon, the left end of the ribbon in to that loop, and then I pull it out. It really is the same as tying your shoe. It just looks different. You're looking at it from a different perspective. Okay. And then what I do is I just pull with those tails and loops until I get the size bow that I want. And when I'm finished, I'm satisfied with it, I just trim the ends at an angle. If you trim at an angle, they won't fray. That wasn't much angle. Plus it just looks pretty. All right. Leah, I hope that helps. Really, it comes down to just practice, and I've made lots of bows in my time. So it's become kind of natural to me. But yeah, you'll be able to go back and review that on this. So I will be drawing for this card. Don't go away yet because I have more to show you. I just want to zip through here and see if I missed any questions. Yes, Maggie, I agree. It would be a great Mother's Day card. Yeah, bows are tricky. But again, it's really about the practice, the number of times. Debbie always likes bling. Let's see if I missed any questions regarding this card. Okay, so this is your demonstration of the double Dutch fold card, fun fold card. Mary Lou, you're asking the name of the suite. It's in our mini catalog. It's called Parisian Blossoms. Okay, it's on page 14. Parisian Blossoms. The paper is gorgeous. I love this feature of the catalog where they tell you right up front the color combinations. So Cherry Cobbler, Petal Pink, Pool Party. It's got 2 bundles, the ribbon, the champagne rhinestones, a beautiful embossing folder. And then here on the next 2 pages is a close-up of each of the bundles. Okay, you're welcome, Mary Lou. All right, would you like to see one in a different color scheme? Yes, Maggie, I thought the same thing. These flowers look like cherry blossoms. And that's on my bucket list, to go to Washington, D.C. sometime to see the cherry blossoms. Fran, I love it too. That was one of my first I ordered. But here is another one using the other set of dies and featuring the Cherry Cobbler, which I've worked with this DSP a lot, but I have to say I've never used the Cherry Cobbler as the main color. But I do like the way this turned out. And again, this would be great for lots of different occasions, birthdays. It would be neat to make something like this in a travel journal or scrapbook pages. Okay. Who is going to give this a try? Yeah, this is striking, isn't it? And I never would have put these 2 colors together, the Petal Pink and Cherry Cobbler. I really would not have. Even when I got this designer series paper, I wasn't so sure about this, but when I make a card with it, I love the way it turned out. Oh, Fran, your mother is from France, so of course you had to have this one. No question. Okay, so I hope that you'll go back and view this again, and that you will have been inspired to make a double Dutch doors fun fold card of your own. Now I want to make a couple announcements. Today I sent out an email, and I'll be putting this, and there will be another email tomorrow. I have 2 new classes to go. The first one is with the Pressed Petals Designer Series paper. And this, I'll give you 5 card designs, but you'll have enough supplies to make 20 of these cards, 20 note cards and envelopes, plus this little journal that coordinates with the Pressed Petals Designer Series paper. Okay, this is something that I use, I kind of call it a blessings journal. I've had gratitude journals in the past, so it's pretty much the same thing. It could be used as a little travel journal. The other thing is all of these pages are perforated, so you can actually cut them out and use them as card bases if you like. Or you can tear them out and use them on, again, a travel journal or just any kind of journal you make on your own, on scrapbook pages. But this is how I'm using mine. And I'll give you 2 examples. In the PDF tutorial, I'll give you 2 examples of different ways you can decorate your journal. Plus, you'll have everything you need to make 20 cards, 4 of each design. With that, I will say you don't need a stamp set. These are simply note cards, okay? And if you'd like to add sentiments to them later, that's great, but it would make a nice gift, so I did not put any sentiments on. So this is a class to go that has absolutely no stamping involved. If you are on my email list, you should have received the notice about this today. If you're interested and you're not on that email list, just shoot me an email and I will get the information to you and get you added to that email list. I'll also be showing that on my Facebook page and in my Stampin' Piece VIP group, as well as my Stampin' Piece blog this week. So I'll be marketing it lots of places. Okay, so the next card class then would be using the Witticisms stamp set. And with that, you will get a package of the scalloped note cards and envelopes, and they're in 4 colors: light pink, balmy blue, terracotta tile, and old olive. And what I've done is made 2 different cards in each of the 2 colors. And these all use the Witticisms stamp set. If you already own it, you can order just the card kit. If you don't own that stamp set, you can add it on to your class to go kit order. And the email for this will go out tomorrow, as well as it'll also be advertised here on Stampin' Scrap with Mary Knabe, on my Stampin' Piece VIP group, and it will also be advertised on my Stampin' Piece blog this week. So 2 new classes to go, and I've got more in the works. Okay. Oh, Fran, you got kicked off, but you're back on. Okay, this is when I tell you, my loss is your gain. I have been working on a special project, a virtual celebration for some team members and customers who achieved certain requirements or met certain requirements during celebration. So I'm having a virtual event with them and getting them goodies and making takes and all kinds of things together. Well, I ordered 13 of the 2018-20 in colors DSP when I actually needed the other set, the 2019 to 21. So I have 13 of these designer series paper packs. It's the 5 in colors: Blueberry Bushel, Call Me Clover, Grapefruit Grove, lovely lipstick, and pineapple punch. I have 13 brand new packs of this. I am going to be giving these away to the first 13 people that place an order. I know, Fran, ouch. I decided to use them as ordering incentives instead of paying to ship them back and whatever. But it happens every once in a while. Thank goodness, not very often. So I'm going to be giving away these packs, 13 packs of DSP, to the first 13 people who place an order with me this week using the host code. If you have trouble placing an online order or need some assistance, all you have to do is message me, or the best way is email me, and I will get back to you. You're also free to call me, but $50 order or more before shipping and tax, and you will get this package of 2018-2020 in color designer series papers. Okay, that's all I have for tonight. I will be giving this card away. Unfortunately, the commentpicker.com app hasn't been working for me, so I might have to do it old school way, but I will draw the name for a random winner of this card and get this in the mail to you. Many thanks for being here. I hope this brings a good start to your week, and may you all stay safe and healthy. Have a good night.